New sword must-have is unfortunately the exact creed that I live by, regardless of what it may mean for our survivability in the future. And very much shouldn't have done that, you see? Desperately trying to find ourselves in another 1 HP scenario. Just, you know, drive up that viewer entertainment rating as much as possible. Don't see how it could possibly go wrong, right? It's worked out so well for us in the past. But we do just deal absolutely incredible amounts of damage here. Love to see it. Don't care about the enchant weapon, but the phantom mirror on the other hand, I desperately want to get my grubby little paws on. Run back to a hallway just in case we need the retreat. Fantastic. And we've got to be getting pretty close to that last pip of piety. We're down to 2% failure rate on BIA, so that is good. Not too shabby here. We'll probably just be able to finish off this floor and then get back into the regularly scheduled programming. There we go. Oh boy. I feel like the pressure is just not going to let up. This is going to be full-fledged foot slam down on the gas for the entirety of the run. No real opportunity to catch a breath or actually feel safe about myself for but a moment. Okie dokie. Anytime we make a mistake or appear to misplay, it's actually just improving the content. Exactly. Yeah, that's my secret master level strategy here. Is to just find that perfect line. I mean, I always know exactly how every roll in the game is going to go thanks to my omnipotent omniscience. But shouldn't use big words when I'm not 100% sure. Their implications, especially all those Omni ones, I feel like I get confused all the time. I think omniscience is knowing everything, though. Anyway, completely ruined my braggadocious joke for the sake of vocabulary. Just showing off how nerdy I am deep down on the inside. So probably not too much of a shocker. I'm streaming on Twitch. I'm playing Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. That usual blend of things that may just maybe tip someone off onto the possibility that I may be a little bit of a nerd here. But okie dokie. This is where all the Javelineers were hanging out, so no, I would not like to revisit that trauma. Thank you very much. We do have enough cash for the requirement. Dang. Should probably do that. A lot of annotations. Yes, far too many. We've been facing a frightening dungeon throughout the course of our adventure here, for sure. Okay, I need to just kill you as soon as possible, so we will enrage here regardless of how risky it may be on some levels. Oh, those gosh darn Javelineers, eh? Silver Javelins. Ooh, I desperately do wish to pick these up. Am I ever switching to this armor? I want to, desperately. I think I need to find like a ring that gives 3 pips of cold resistance, otherwise there's no shot, right? Huh. Are all those still frightening the annotations? Let's do a quick little run through them, shall we? I mean, we could probably beat this rune door, but I generally just try and stay away from them, not worry too much about it. We could beat Harold, but it doesn't exactly get us anything. Rupert is a decent amount of experience. Wait, Sonya is still alive? I thought we killed Sonya. Huh. Interesting. Then mostly translucent doors and transporters, which I'm going to stay away from for the time being. Unless we're feeling much more defensively comfortable, I'm going to just keep away from those ones for now. Do we need the Flaming Sword? Not really. The one thing I'm tempted to do is take that to those brand weapon scrolls we left behind. Oops, not you. And just try and get Vampiric. See if it happens. We'll also drop another 132 stones and maybe actually take the time take that off of our auto pickup list. Save us some pain in the future here. There we go. And just keep pushing these problems on to the next moment that we have to pick up something new. Okie dokie. Now this is more doable. Javelineer is a little bit hidden behind the others. Let's take you to a corner, shall we? I didn't even know you were around, friend. Oops, not library. I was actually trying to run upstairs before the water nymph gets rid of our only escape option. Fantastic. And okie dokie. Javelineers, eh? You gotta hate them. Just a constant and consistent struggle for us here. What we could do is temporarily place a bit of an exclusion right there. And now Auto Explorer will ideally take us on a slightly more desired routing here. At least that's the plan. Hello, friend. God, I think we just have to berserk and finish the job. As much as that's gotten us into hot water in the past, it's really the only way we defeat these Javelineers, which should potentially be an indication of how little we should be trying this whatsoever. Yet here we are, once more into the breach. How could it possibly go worse this time? Also, shouldn't just wait out turns, and I should probably be throwing some boomerangs at these sons of guns, just trying to whittle down their health as much as we can. That's all you got? A shock dragon? I mean, I shouldn't say anything too brave here, because who knows how it turns out, but we have fought a decent number of dragons in our time, so maybe not quite the threat that it otherwise might have been once upon a time. But I'm seeing no Javelineers. Don't mutate me. Thank you. Absolutely brilliant. Of course, there's never a doubt in my mind, but there we go. We managed to grab the rune, and then, contrary to our general trend in which we're playing the zero cowardice rules, no shields here, just absolutely run headfirst into every problem that we come across, I'm going to practice something a little unfamiliar. And just get the heck out of there. We got our rune. Hip hip hooray. We can celebrate that on its own at the very least. And let us go back out to depths, shall we? Get the trog out of there. Exactly. But okie dokie. Oh. This is going to be a stress-filled run till the end. Normally it's not until Zot when we just get the worst teleport rerolls and find ourselves jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire. That's when I normally expect these kinds of situations to arise, but turns out it's just, you know, your everyday kind of shenanigans when it comes to the angry bird themselves. And that's about as big of a group as I'm willing to risk. Let's just get out of there, fight, and we'll even run to a different stairwell. Ideally, we want to come across those wizards in a similar capacity where we're able to cast Trog's Hand before anything too sketchy comes along. But who's to say what the future holds, and we're just going to have to cross our fingers and try our best. Again, just so much bird-on-bird violence. Not only are we completely incapable of preventing an all-out civil war amongst our peoples, doesn't it seem like we're getting more Tengus than normal? It does kind of to me. I feel like the game is trying to break our spirit here, break our will, by forcing us to commit just horrible, horrible acts of violence against our own peoples. Little do they know that we're an absolute savage who has zero morality whatsoever. We just have anger, friend. We are just real mad at everything this dungeon stands for, at Zot, at the world for what it's done to the Tengu, a once proud and mighty species, now brought low, brought to the level of those orcs that we normally slaughter with glee. causing civil wars, brother fighting brother. It's a sad day. Sad day indeed. It's Trog's hand. Perfect. Wouldn't be the end of the world necessarily to get Abyssed on this character at the very least. Could potentially give us a shortcut to the Abyssal Rune, which is always a nice little get. But no guarantee. So let's just play it a little bit safer here, shall we? Hello, Dragon. I'm kind of glad that we didn't just duke this out in the end, because who knows how it might have gone a few more rolls. There we go. Managed to take out the Eden here, no problems. And now we can probably fight the dragon. No problem. Anyone else hear the ending song of the Pokemon movie right there? Brother, my brother. That's something that I don't know as well as I should. I generally try and keep on top of pop cultural references. I can do most of the intro song for sure, but can't everybody. But I feel like I need a refresher on that. When I was growing up, actually, I didn't have TV, so I was super far behind on the majority of like cultural references, or pop cultural references, I guess is maybe the more accurate way to surmise that. And so I've just been using the majority of my adolescent years here to try and make up for lost ground. Oh my gosh, that area opened up real fast. If we slow you, then we're faster. Otherwise, we're probably similar speeds, you and I, right, friend? So it would seem. Let's call a friend here. Come on, Ogre Pal, you've got this. I believe in you. No, okay. Gonna have to join in ourselves, get our hands dirty, but that's fine. Do we plan to play in the 0.28 release tournament? It is in February. We definitely plan to get some playtime in, all dependent on scheduling and stuff like that. I'll be fully in the throes of my new course here, but very much interested at the very least. Definitely going to be throwing together a bit of a team. Going to find a set of individuals with a very particular set of skills. Most namely, just being kind of silly and having a good time. If anyone wants a serious try to get maximum wins or anything, my squad's probably the wrong one to join, but if anyone wants to have a good time, we'll probably be putting together a bit of a squad a bit closer to the tournament. And yeah, that's one of the few times that we actually play on the online branches for sure. Okay, Mara, how are we feeling against you? I don't want to fight myself. If you mirror me, that is extremely sketchy. But otherwise, we could potentially take you on. You have a Vampiric Demon Trident, which again adds to the oof factor. My hesitancy at the very least. At least now, for when we come up against strong uniques like this, moving forward, we have some more of the tools at our disposal. So like I can Phantom Mirror you, can Trog's Hand. We've tripled up on Mara clones here. Oh, but the troll found us. Time to let the rage flow through us, just have to finish the job. I'm tempted just to run, and I probably should. If I was a smarter man, I would have already run by now. Yep. Goodbye. Fantastic. There we go. Not too shabby, and yet definitely mirroring him was the right move, Saphids. That was a good call on your part as well. Though, definitely not too much of a stretch for me. Basically, anytime I see an even slightly threatening unique, I'm just panic evoking at that stage. There we go. Get another bit of a toehold here in Depths 3. Might be a decent idea to head to Vaults at some point. I guess, we don't have willpower innately, which makes Sentinels a wee bit of a pain, for sure. It's potentially even being generous with the classification there. How did Troll find you behind the wall? I have no idea. The whole squad managed to chase us down right as we were taking care of Mara there. Much to our chagrin. Just barely making it out in one piece, of course. Does it have antenna? Imagine if every individual monster in this game could have unique mutations like that, because it wouldn't be unfounded. I'm sure they've come across a multitude of hello Shadow Dragon. A multitude of mutators throughout the course of their own journeys in life. Shouldn't be too shocking of a thing to see, but doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, we get corroded here. I could have potentially used the dragon as a nice opportunity to retreat, but I think instead I'm gonna call a friend. Doesn't work. Try once more. Failing 2 9% in a row is not exactly what you want to see. Do you know what? Fine. Keep him busy, friend. Keep him busy. As long as we get the Inglatiate stacks, we should be on target for a full retreat at this point. Can even get just the slightest bit cocky here. Maybe bring one of you cool kids upstairs with us. Fantastic. Oh no, only one of you is a very ugly thing. The rest of you are just regular old uggo. Perfect. Can definitely take care of that then, no problem whatsoever. Oh boy, what a wild ride. Okie dokie. It's funny because this run went from just clipping along. We got through the first half of the game at a resounding rate in terms of overall speed. Now, a little bit less so. I feel like we've slowed down a great deal since coming into the last quarter of the game, which makes sense. With these squishy characters, that does often seem to be the case. Especially when you don't have something like spells to just instantly slam down and obliterate the majority of monsters you come across, so they don't get the opportunity to take advantage of your low hit points. But it is what it is, and all we can do is try to make the best of what's given to us. All in all, can't complain too much. Very satisfying run. All things considered, please don't haste your friends. They did haste one of the mighted trolls, but I think I can make it to the stairs in time. Fantastic. Was that Orb of Fire? Oh gosh, no. No, you would have vocally heard me exclaiming my disbelief and potentially crapping myself live on camera, because we're not ready to handle an Orb of Fire at the moment. I forget what they're called. It's a sun demon, something like that. Little flamey pals there. Can't blame you for the confusion though, because they do have a very similar looking character model. So I guess in that regard, it is an orb that is made of fire. So you're not wrong, really, at the end of the day. It's important to take these minor victories wherever they stand. Nope, nope, nope. How did that dragon catch up to us, actually, now that I think about it? Did I take a bad route there? I thought I went straight to the hallway. Huh. Well, that's wild. Regardless, we can toss some boomerangs at you, but I'm just going to be getting out of here in one piece, if possible. Doing the usual strategy of just spreading enemies throughout the level, and then engaging in a little bit of cleanup after the fact. Fantastic. You know what? Nope. I would much rather heal up fully. This time we don't have to keep the ring around the rosy going on. We can just continue to use this stairwell. And that should be just about it. Definitely more dexterity on the level up. Getting that evasion cranked up as much as avianly possible. I've struggled with that in the past, where my brain wants to say humanly possible, but we're not humans, so... I no longer have my fire resistance on. Oh boy, do I feel dumb now. Okay, your range is 6, so no matter what, we're in range on another step. I was wondering why that hit so hard. Oh my gosh. Ouch, indeed. So this is where, in a previous life, I'd probably resort to a fog scroll and then still get sniped. We have no blink, unfortunately. So that's not great. Definitely not. Fog scroll is so close to working out for us, but you generally need that extra turn. You need to be able to fog, step back through it so that it actually blocks your way. Unfortunately, not exactly an option for us at the moment. So we could try and paralyze you, 31% chance. Not great. Not grand. I guess that's going to be for most of these wands, so that makes sense. What else do we have? Fear Scroll. I wish I knew how the math worked on Fear Scroll to see what kind of odds we're actually dealing with. They have 2 pips of willpower, which puts us in the not guaranteed to work camp. At the very least, this time around, we got to wield the plutonium sword, so if the worst is to come, which it's definitely not. This is, once again, a strategy to gain viewers and nothing else. Not stupid, for sure. That's just... Why do you even suggest that? You can see invisible, so that's not an option. Oh boy. Potion of Resistance is an interesting one. It gets us close to surviving another multiplier fireball. But it wouldn't be guaranteed. Actually, the strategy is working. Well, perfect. Can't stop now, though. We have to keep giving myself a panic attack. It's the only solution, the only way forward for us. But let's take some of my usual advice here. Take my hands off the keyboard for a brief moment here. Take a sip of the drink so that we can make sure I'm not forgetting, not completely overlooking a much more obvious solution. Potentially there's something in our inventory that's just a you win condition. Wouldn't that be nice? Doesn't look like it on first glance. Does AC block spell damage? It does not, unfortunately. Does magic contamination cause positive mutation? Anecdotally, not really. It's potentially possible, though. I wouldn't be too surprised. Oh, that makes sense, Ninth. Thank you for clarifying, because I've definitely misunderstood that in the past. So AC does block some damage, but it does not have the guaranteed damage reduction that it does against physical. So a little bit of a special distinction there for sure. Thanks for settling that. Guess that's why they call you the Ninth Settler. Huh. Look at that. But in all seriousness here, I'm between Fear Scroll and Paralysis. Scroll of Summons will block percentage of bolt with each enemy in the way. This is true. If we get lucky and it summons out here, Fireball is protected from as well, just because the blast radius can't hit us. So that's something, for sure. I don't know how I feel about our overall odds in that circumstance. Out of curiosity, does anybody in chat know the actual math that goes into Fear Scrolls? Because I just usually have a little bit of an idea, a very surface level litmus test upon looking at the willpower of an enemy and how successful I feel the Fear Scroll might be. Yeah, it is a will check. So against 1 pip, it pretty much always works, in my experience. 2 pips, it's a decently successful chance. But we've kind of seen the flip side of that in this run for sure. We've had a decent number of fights where it hasn't worked out against the double pip. And yeah, I think I live in geez, can't talk at all. I'm in the same boat as you, Ninth, where yeah, 3 pips of willpower is where I draw the line, but 2 is where it's a little murky. The water's a little foggy and fuzzy for me. So, 140 power cost fear, eh? I'm tempted to try it out. I think it's our only real shot here. Generally don't rely on Fierce Roll against enemies with 2 pips. Not reliably, no. But at this point, I'm essentially, I guess for the greater context of why I'm asking in the first place, is that paralysis is 31%. So I was kind of curious how those two weighed out, because those are my 2 top contenders at the moment for potential options here. I hate relying on 31%. But I don't actually know, deep down, if the Fierce Scroll is slightly better or slightly worse. If it's a 50-50 shot, then yeah, I'll take that. It's a much better representation of what I would like odds-wise. The only issue with that is I'm going to feel real stupid if fear doesn't work, and then on top of that, we get hit and we survive a hit, because that means that we should have just fogged, because then we have the space to actually work. Can't we just walk away? We're unfortunately 1 space short, I believe, because one of the spells is 6. Bolt of Fire is 6, and we're at 5 right now, unfortunately. So we could hope that Bolt doesn't hit. It's slightly better odds than something like Fireball, which is guaranteed to hit us, which is probably why we've gone so screwed. Haste then move. I don't think we have the time to haste, unfortunately. I think that we have one move to make or break this. But I'm tempted now, with what Ninth brought up. It did make me realize that, yeah, we'll be out of range of Fireball. Or, no, we won't. How smart is the AI? Will it hit the spot in front of me with Fireball? Because if so, no bueno here. But otherwise, I was potentially debating just trying it, because Bolt, we can dodge. And that's kind of nice. But okay, I always feel bad when I stall out too long on these near-death scenarios, because boy have I wasted people's time if I just do a single move and instantaneously get deleted from existence. But for just the slightest of odds, the slightest chance of success, I'm always tempted to put in the thought, put in the math, do some very surface level computations. No heal wounds, RF, goose egg. That's what got us into this situation, is I forgot to switch my rings back. I'm wearing this ring of positive energy for no real reason, just for the vibes. And unfortunately, no heal wounds on us either. So we're scraping the bottom of the barrel, as it were. I think I should just make a decision. Gonna spend a moment not looking at chat here, so I can just crunch all the ideas in my head, determine what I most would like to do so that I can take all the blame when it fails miserably here. I don't think, again, potion. So my options were Fear Scroll, Paralysis, Potion of Resistance, could potentially save us, reduces the damage by half, which is nice, but we're still at lethal range, unfortunately. What else was there? Fog probably doesn't protect us. Summoning, very low odds that it helps. I think I'm just gonna do it. Never didn't work. The fear did not work. I'm sorry, Angry Bird. It was my bad, friend. Your service was appreciated. Blink was not an option, no, unfortunately. Oh, I mean, we deserve to die in Spider. Let's be honest with ourselves, but I had hopes. I had dreams for the future here. Oh, such a shame, too bad. I'm probably not in the right mental space to be successfully piloting a bird to victory, yet here we are. So I'm sorry for all the Angry Bird believers out there, for all of you who just wanted to see Kevin get by with the victory. How much was the death blow? It's going to be 46, right? We'll check in just a second here, obviously, as it pops up, but I believe it's something like that. Let's take a look. 46 damage. Yeah. So about middle of the road. Definitely what we could have come to expect. What sucks about that, and potentially why you asked, if we drank a potion of resistance, we would have survived that hit. We would have been screwed the next turn, because then we would have been down to 10 health, I believe. And what are we going to do then? But, unfortunately, that is the decision we made at the end of the day, and so I will just have to live with it, live with the sadness, the agony of leading to the death of poor old Kevin here. But that is a-okay. All part of the game, all part of why we love DCSS, or at least why I do. Wouldn't be quite as satisfying to get the wins if we didn't have to struggle in the meantime occasionally here or there. So okie dokie. We'll be hopping into another one here. I'm going to quickly scroll up. I do believe I missed Savage, giving, as always, some fantastic names. Swan, Bon Jovi, or Hen Stefani, so we really got the musical angle going down. We've been doing too many male artists, male musicians, male poets.